Looking for rocks for flint knapping, survival, and bushcraft. So I'm just on a dirt road here. See some quartz here, right there. So that would work, but I don't really want to make a video on glass today. So this looks like it would work, but that's really in the road. So we're gonna look at the loose stuff on the side of the road here. For something that'll create a sharp edge. For an arrowhead, a spear point, a knife, or even flint and steel fire. I could probably demonstrate that if I find a good enough rock. Here's a little piece of quartz. It's kind of too little to knap, but you'd be able to get a flint and steel flake off of that. I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. I'll take this with me. Rocks that I don't know, I do like to test. This is a really light rock. Does not flake easily. Does flake though. So if there was a bigger piece of this, I could knap it into something. Keep looking. When I first started knapping before YouTube, this is what I would do. I would go to areas and just try random rocks. Stone arrowheads. Ancient people made stone arrowheads, and that's what I tried to do. Before YouTube, before any of that. So you always pick up weird stuff like that. And then I'll just say, test it. See if it flakes at all. That looks like it does flake. See that? So I'm actually going to try this piece. All right. Use my indirect stick to try to make the flakes go a little further. Does flake. Kind of looks weird. So just to show you, that does flake. And it does get sharp. That is extremely sharp. I have no idea what kind of rock that is. Example number one. What I'm really looking for is one of these completely random stones that does flake and flakes good enough to make an arrowhead from. And often that is some kind of siltstone or basalt. And if I find any, I will show you. I'll just show you me testing the random rocks here. Found one that's kind of smooth. Won't go. All right. So I'm gonna go elsewhere and try to find some different stuff. Let's go. All right, so I pulled off in an area here that there's a lot of rocks exposed in the road. And I have my tools with me, and we're just gonna experiment a little bit. Got my flint and steel kit too. Looking for basalt. I look for usually black stone here in New England. We'll test this piece. All right. Random stone. Doesn't look right. Gonna test it anyway. No. No good. Sharp though. I just found this stone. This does flake. So let's just do a quick test. It's not going to be very sturdy. It's not very sharp either. See those flakes? Not too good. Keep looking. Found another little piece of black blue stone. Give it a test. This flakes. So maybe we'll see if we can make something from this one. Just something sharp and pointy. Now just to show. See that? It does flake. It's bluestone. It is getting sharp. I'll keep working on it. Alright, so I'm beating the heck out of this. It's got a sharp tip, but it's very thick, very crude. And like, really, like, look at my nail. That side does just not want to go. But there's your proof of concept there. It's just a lot of work. Alright, take this with me. I'm going to try to fix up my tools, and I'll be back. Whenever I see something I don't know, I break off a corner to see what it looks like. Not so good. Piece of high quality quartz right here. So if you needed something, you don't need much bigger than this on an arrowhead to kill something. A squirrel, even a deer. If you could shape this down to a tiny, tiny arrowhead, that would work. Here's some examples of small glass and small quartz from rock just found. I made these in a different video, but these are good examples. You don't need much bigger than that to hunt with. Just got to make sure it's legal, but if you're in a survival situation, that'll work. There are plenty of rocks that will flake. They don't look pretty, but they would work if you need to hunt with them. Hold off at one more spot here. Try this one. Let's see. Orange. But is it nappable? Looks like no. Uncontrolled breaking. Flake. Just gonna test this, see if it holds together. And see if we could shape it into something we could use. It's very, very brittle. Nah, just breaking. It's flaking, but it's super chunky. So, I could break it with my fingers. No good. This chunk from before. I'm gonna shape this into something just super quick. because this is a quartzite, it's going to be brittle. But we'll just shape it into a basic arrowhead, just real quick. You don't want to go thin on these quartzite points because they will crumble and break. Got some goat leather and a copper nail and a stick. I'm just gonna, it's called pressure flaking. Now instead of hitting with the indirect, you're gonna push the flakes off with your tool. And shape it as you're doing it. And keep in mind that for the side of the road stone, it's not going to be anything amazing, but you will be able to use it. Straighten it up a little more. There you go. We're actually going to test some of this on flint and steel now. You can see through it. See that? Alright, so we made a point out of this roadside quartz stuff. This is smoky quartz. So we're going to try that, and we're going to try that. Flint and steel. Kit right here. Just going to see if it makes sparks. So, first on this. Oh, yep, there went one. Little tiny sparks. All right. Now this will destroy the little arrowhead, but can you see those sparks? That works. That works, that works. That will dull the edge of your arrowhead, though, if you do it like that. So, if you're using it as an arrowhead, I would not use it as a fire starter. So just a little bit of an example that you can knap stuff that you just find anywhere. And this is in New England. I put some notches in the corner of that arrowhead. Not the best looking arrowhead, but it'll get the job done. You'll probably not find super pure stone on a road like this, but that'll work. I had to come back from the camera anyway. See you guys.